What up, Dokkaners? We got some content coming soon. We got some news. Finally, this game is starting to slowly pick up. By the way, before I jump in, let me just comment on that. I know that some people take exception to when I say that sort of thing. I don't say it often, but it feels like things have been dragging very slowly. And when I say that, I'm obviously not talking about new players or those who still have a lot to catch up on. So if you disagree, that's totally fine, because I'm not accounting for your specific situation. It's like when I do Dragonstone counts. When I count up stones, I'm not counting events that are returning, because for me they're returning, but for you they could be brand new. So just keep that in mind. It's just my opinion, and you know what, I'm sticking to it because it really feels like things have been pretty slow, but things are going to be picking up because now we have an idea for what's going to be coming up in part 2. Looks like it's going to be SAIYAN Saga. We have a prime battle event getting an update. When was the last time this happened? Actually, seriously, when was the last time this happened? Was it Broly? Was it Prime Battle Broly from last year? I think it was worldwide last year. So it's almost been a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But it's been almost a year since we've had something like this. So it's about damn time. Now, if this is going to be receiving some sort of an update, category bonus being added to the event, certain event content being adjusted, that naturally means there is going to be a Prime Battle Extreme campaign for this event, which means the character is going to be receiving an EZA. If it's receiving an EZA, chances are that celebration's theme should be something similar. Now, the Tien from this arc is not on mission execution. Mission execution is the key category here because there still needs to be some sort of connective thread between the part 1 and the part 2. And we'll talk about the examples from last year in a bit, but let's just go over this. So support memory boost is going to be dropping in a couple of days. Daima stage 13 is coming up soon. I'm pretty sure we're one episode away from Goma versus Goku, because oh man, I don't remember. I mean, not that I ever pay attention, but stage 12. Oh, I never did stage 12. Oops. Okay, wait, you know what, hold on one second. Anyway, where were we? I'm gonna go ahead and just run this in this video, although Degesu sees the okay, so they've already done the hostage thing. So while that's all going on, serves you right, Degesu. Right. Excuse me. What? Degesu asked me to bring his belt for him. Belt? Oh yeah, the belt. So very obviously we are getting close to that third eye. Oh, is happening. Wait, what? Hello? Now that we've rescued Dende, all that's left is to turn us back into adults. The Dragon Ball, eh? What about Goma? Want to take care of him first? No, Goma can't be underestimated. Fighting the Tamagamis and becoming adults first will be better. Then it's settled. The first demon world Tamagami is in the square over there. So now we're gonna go and fight Tamagami Uno? No, we're gonna go fight Majin Buu. Wait a minute. Why is Majin Buu fighting us? I thought it's supposed to be Tamagami 1. What? That's so weird. Hopefully you guys have seen the anime at this point. Whoa, this Tamagami looks even stronger. Hey, who's fighting this time? I let you have the last one. They're fighting over it, huh? The Dragon Ball's missing. That's because they took it. Who? It is I, Arinsu. And I am Majin Skinny. What's his name? Majin Buu? Majin, whatever. Majin Ku. K for Skinny. Okay. And I'm Majin Buu. Do for... Do for Dingus. I don't know. They're both dinguses. All right, so it's Goku versus... We don't need to sit around for this. Okay. So, I mean, we all know what happens after this, right? Right? I mean, we all know, right? So these two are fighting, having a good time, giving us some wholesome references to Z. And then... Oh, Goku versus Majin Buu, both were talented fighters, blah blah blah. But then, oh, huh? Hey! Oh, they don't show the hand. Sorry to interrupt you.
I was wondering what the commotion was. It can't be.
Goma.
So you're Goma?
That's right, I'm the Supreme King Demon Goma.
The third eye, that's impossible.
It's the Tertian Oculus.
I don't know what voices I'm doing. I'm fried. What's the Tertian Oculus?
It's that evil third eye. It's said whoever has the eye gains unparalleled power.
Oh.
Thank you for the kind explanation. I suppose you'll understand the truth.
Whatever, man. Y'all get it. All right. So that's so we are getting another stage where we fight the Goma. Okay. So I mean, it's still lining up. So I'm guessing the next one's gonna be Goku versus Goma, and then maybe during this episode, like this stage, Goku gets beat up, Vegeta gets beat up, or whatever, and then like they just fast forward and get the wish taken care of. Whatever. That was actually pretty fun. All right, let's go back here and continue. So we know that this stuff is going to be coming up soon. Reviewing the campaign details. Support memory boost is dropping 2 days after, so I would imagine that we'll probably get the Tien stuff also at the same time, and the Daima stuff. Before that, are we getting anything? Oh yeah, we're getting the exceptionally skillful professional. So all of these different things will be in that data download that's coming up tomorrow. But now let's take a look at last year's campaign details, and then we will use that as we jump in and start predicting what this unit is going to be. So there are 2 campaigns to look at, but it's essentially the same thing, right? Because last year in this slot, the end of May to the end of June slot, we had, for the global side, Frieza and Ginyu. Now, while they are obviously heavily correlated, this is not the same arc, but they are both, Terrifying Conqueror, Space Traveling Warriors, all that stuff. They're not the same arc, but they're heavily connected. Then you look at JP's celebration in the same time slot last year. You had Rose, which Global had at the time, and Cell Max. Clearly no correlation in terms of arc, but both are super boss. So Mission Impossible is probably going to be part of the Part 2 LR. So that being said, we will take a look at the units in a second. Looking at the campaign details, besides the new unit, there was a Super EZA. I think, okay, so Global got 2 Super EZAs because we already had one drop on JP a while ago. So we got Goku Black and we got the Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks. Then we had some Red Zone updates. I don't know if I would anticipate any more Red Zone updates happening, but we'll see. Support memory boost, sure. Then we had Extreme Z battles for another event coming out. I don't remember what that was for. Okay, then we got all these story events coming back, yada yada yada. Right. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so I mean, really, that's all we need. Like, other content is good and all, but at this point, we want EZAs and we want Super EZAs. So now looking at JP's celebration last year in the same time slot, it was Cell Max. We had the weekend ticket stuff. JP had that. When was the last time we had one of those? Okay. So here, JP had the Goku Black Super EZA, and then it was the weekend Dokkan Festival tickets, Infinite Dragon Ball History, Intensifying Fights, Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, yada yada yada, the usual, right? And then yeah, they had an EZA for Kefla earlier. Okay, so I feel like at least an EZA or a Super EZA has to happen. Also, factoring in the fact that we haven't had one in over a month, we're long overdue. So an EZA and a Super EZA, if both were to drop during a Saiyan Saga related celebration, that would be awesome. So that being said, let's start doing some unit predictions based on this important information. So if we go back here, based on the fact that if it's Saiyan Saga and Mission Impossible, I think it's just Nappa. Sorry, not Majin Buu Saga. If we do Saiyan Saga, right? So we got our category. Then we do a cross section with Mission Impossible, and that gives us. Oh, it could be Cyberman. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I would love a Cyberman. I would love a Cyberman LR. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be either Raditz or Nappa, but I'm just gonna throw that out there. I would love that. By the way, I have maxed out the links on not these guys, not them. I maxed out the link levels for the Cell Junior team, not this one. I was trying to impress you guys and I completely forgot which one it was. Anyway, it's gonna be Raditz or it's gonna be Nappa. Now, I'm gonna say this. I would love for it to be either one of these, because if it, actually, I would prefer for it to be Raditz. Because if it's Raditz, then if this character were to get an EZA, there would be a perfectly decent substitute for that Raditz that would be the new summonable unit, and would lessen the need for people to summon, because we're so close to Global Dokkan Celebration. GDC is more important than whatever this unit is and whatever this unit is going to do. So if it's Raditz and then you get this Raditz at home, a perfectly nice Raditz at home that gets a nice super or nice EZA, that would be best case scenario. Because for this one, we're not going to be getting I don't think we're going to be getting the full like 28 tickets. I think we're only going to be getting at most 14 tickets because of the Dokkan special that's going to be happening on the 15th, which is a week later, right? So maybe a couple of days after the unit comes out. Or are they going to try to make it so that the event or that the rainbow tickets release lines up with the initial release of the unit? I don't know. But the point is, you're not going to be getting as many tickets this time. And then we got the pity. So, I mean, if you can avoid all of it by just having this guy's easy A, that would be nice. So that's one potential easy A. But as far as the predictions, it's got to be one of these. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything else. While we're here, let's take a look at what the potential easy A's and super easy A's are going to be. Now, as far as super easy A's are concerned, we know that it's going to be some sort of an old school character. The furthest that they've gone is the blue Kaioken, and the blue Kaioken, if I'm not mistaken, was a 120% easy A. We have not yet crossed the threshold into the monotype leads who have a 130% easy A leader skill. Could this be the time that it happens? It's possible, because when you're thinking about old school characters that have something to do with the new category, in this case, the new category is Mission Impossible. Last year it was Super Bosses. The Goku Black, physical Goku Black did have something in his passive that had to do with Mission Impossible. So if we pull this up, when there's the Goku's family or when all allies attack in the same turn as Super Boss. So I think because of that, if we were to do mission execution and then we filter by mission execution characters that are also easy A's, and then if we filter out by TURs, I think the only character would be Super 17. Nothing in the physical, nothing, no old school characters that even come close in the STR, no old school characters in the int. I will say though, I would love for these Baba Shop characters to get super easies, but it's not gonna happen. If we go to tech, nope, which just leaves Super 17. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that this is potentially going to be our first monotype lead super easy A, but we'll see. And if we do get this, that would be great, not only for mission execution but also for androids, GT Boss, kind of laying in the framework for another category to get upgrades down the road, right? So yeah, why not? I'm gonna call that as my super easy A for this particular instance of the celebration. So now let's go back to SAIYAN Saga, and now let's just take a look at potential easy A's. So easy A's, we could be looking at, is there any LR that's not free to play? The 7th anniversary units got their easy. It would be the 8th anniversary LR. That is the only, this guy released as the part 2 to the Raditz. So this guy getting an easy A would work, would be possible. That would probably be the only one, unless they do something really out of the ordinary and they give us this, which they could. I don't think they will though, because they have to say that for the anniversary. So it's either this. Would they do a super easy A for this guy? Nah, they wouldn't do that. It's either this guy as an LR easy A, or maybe on top of it, or if we just go to the TURs, what like major Dokkan Festival easy A would happen? It's probably Yamcha. Yeah, it's probably going to be Yamcha. This guy dropped like a full year and a half later, so he's too soon. It's either going to be Yamcha or Raditz that receives like a Dokkan Festival easy A. And then for super easy, I mean, time will only tell. So that is actually pretty promising news, mainly just because we have something now. We've had nothing up until this point. So yay, baby steps. We're getting closer and closer. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Leave the comments your thoughts and ideas and predictions for what could be coming up for part 2 with this new information about the content coming up. Will it be SAIYAN Saga? If so, which character do you want it to be the summonable LR? Most of you are not going to be summoning anyway, but which one would you want it to be regardless? If it is a certain character, would you summon or would you not? How many stones you got? Feel free to share all the details and more in the comments down below. Also be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.